Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome back to another Lost the Plot video. Yes, you are looking at me again. We are back with the single film reviews, and what a way to start off again. I know this film was released earlier in the US, but it has only recently just come out in the UK, and by God, I absolutely loved it. But before we get on with the review, let's have a little synopsis of Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. A famous ginger cat runs out of lives and spends the movie running away from the big bad wolf called Death. And now onto the rating. I am going to give this film a 9 out of 10 because I think it would be an absolute disservice to the film if I was to give it any less whatsoever. And when I talk about Puss in Boots, and more specifically DreamWorks, I just want to say what an amazing, amazing world you have created. It genuinely allows for so much opportunity and chances to explore so many stories. I think the world that they've created with all of the fairy tale creatures genuinely is superb. It worked well in the first Puss in Boots film, it worked well in this film, and it was amazing in all of the Shrek films as well. Genuinely, it gets me excited to see what they come up with next, which links to this universe. But now back on to Puss in Boots and The Last Wish. And I would just like to say, this film has a simple storyline, but it is delivered so eloquently. And the messages are not only clear, but so impactful and powerful and really resonate with the people watching it. I'm going to be honest, for a kids' film, it was filled with so much emotion. I found myself laughing, and then, I don't necessarily want to admit this, I found myself crying as well at numerous points throughout the film and welling up quite a lot. And like I said, it's simple, but it's delivered so superbly. I just want to congratulate the whole production. It was amazing. And I just want to talk about the visual effects. Oh my God, this film is absolutely beautiful to look at. The visual effects, amazing. The animation style, which is superb. I read up on it and they started to use some animation styles that has been used in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and look how successful that was. This was exactly the same. It had that anime feel to it, especially through the action sequences and the fight sequences. I thought it was incredible. The editing was superb and the film was put together so well. I genuinely couldn't take my eyes off it at all. It was absolutely tremendous. And when we talk about the cast, oh my God, you already have Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek, but when you add all of the other cast members in there, it genuinely is fantastic. Florence Pugh, John Mulaney, Olivia Colman, Ray Winston, all absolutely fantastic and all do a superb job. Genuinely, the characters, you care for them, you feel for them, you feel that connection. This film does such an amazing job of introducing these characters and making you feel emotions for them. I'd never watched the first Puss in Boots, but wow, I felt something watching this film. It was absolutely brilliant. And finally, this film possibly has a shout for one of the best villains ever. And I know we've already done a video of best villains, and maybe he doesn't get into that conversation, but for only 10-15 minutes of screen time, wow, genuinely iconic. The villain in this film is Death, and it's absolutely superb. He is absolutely superb. Whenever you hear that whistle or whenever you see him on the film, there is that genuine suspense. There is that genuine feeling of foreboding that we have as an audience, and I think it's superb. The film is structured so very well, it's paced so very well, and like I said, it does an amazing job of delivering these clear, powerful, impactful messages and making us feel for these characters that potentially we had never seen before. And I feel like the universe that DreamWorks have created allows them to introduce characters with our previous knowledge already. It's amazing. Really, really fantastic. If you haven't seen it, go and see it. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, kids film, my arse. It is a lot more than that. It made me cry. So I'd take the tissues if you ever decide to go and see it. And that's all from me. Nice little quick review of one of the best films, best animated films, I'm going to correct myself, that I've ever seen. And it genuinely was superb. Superb. And I'm excited to be back, and there will be more single film reviews on the way. And we also have put our audio files onto a podcast. So if you search us up on Spotify and Amazon Music and Apple Music and so on, the Lost the Plot podcast, you will have the accessibility to more different and specialised content for a longer format. We want to try and keep the videos on here as short as we possibly can. Sometimes that's not the case, but even so, we are trying, and I appreciate everyone's support. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.